Hi there, I'm Hello Rodney. Thanks for clicking on my video. I like to show off my shirt, which has the word Colorado on it, which has got some elks and stuff. Elks are really good eating. And then this is like decorative elements, shoulder, accoutrement. Well, I went to Albuquerque today, saw Berto, and we went to Crepe Michel for a little lunch. We had a couple of French sandwiches, really good, awesome sandwiches, beautiful. Boy, it is really cooled off here. I mean, it's too cool for me to stand here without a shirt. And it was, what was it, 300 degrees just a few days ago? Wow, it's chilly out there. And so, anyway, went to the show, and it was a landscape show. And it was pretty good. There were some very good landscapes there. They had all kinds of stuff. It was interesting. So, but we did go and have a really nice bite to eat afterwards, and it was great. So, and my friend Roberto was a cook for many years, so he knows all about cooking, and it's really. I've known him since 1985, I think, and he's a great friend. I mean, he was one of those guys that went to like Kathmandu for, like, you know, when he was young, kind of thing. So this is the piece I just did the other day, and it's kind of interesting. It's called Hokusai's Wave. Well, not really. I just thought of that because it looked kind of like that. But that's pretty interesting. I like that. I like the piece. So anyway, let's see what's going on outside. Oh, I forget. I've been making so many videos I forget what I talk about. But one thing I haven't forgotten about. The path. The path is something that should make you feel guilty about how much water you waste. Oh, there's little Seabiscuit. Hi, Seabiscuit, you little bitch. I'll tell you something interesting about Seabiscuit. I don't know if I told you this or not. It was either yesterday or maybe it was the day before. I can't remember. I went for a walk, and I went by the mailbox, and my neighbor, who owns Seabiscuit, was getting the mail. So I started talking to her, and found out that she wants to sell the horse. I said, well, how much do you want to sell the horse for? She says, $500. I just want to get my money back. I said, you know, what do you mean? It was, well, she spent $500 on food for that horse. Have I talked about this before? So, I think she's getting the message that this whole horse thing, I mean, it's just, not only is it killing her land, it's going to break her. I mean, how can you afford in a 2 or 3 month period to pay $500 for food for a nag to go out there and tromp on your land and kill your land? And the only thing a horse does is eat and shit and destroy your land. I mean, what's the purpose? I mean, if the thing was pulling a wagon and, you know, it had like tourists from, you know, the Netherlands on it, you know, hey, you know, all the Netherlands tourists, or somebody from like the Scots or something like that. Like the horse was on Tyree or something, you know, making money. Okay, great. But the horse is just out there doing nothing. The horse is doing nothing except tearing up the land, killing the property, and giving her a bill of $500 for about 2 or 3 months. So I have a feeling that Seabiscuit is one of these days going to end up being a big shish kebab somewhere. Oh, poor Seabiscuit. See, if that horse was Seabiscuit and it won a bunch of races and was worth $1 million, it'd be okay, because you know, the stable would be more beautiful than my house, but it's just not the way it is. What am I doing? What am I doing? That is a $64,000 question. Hokusai's wave. We'll call it Hokusai's wave. It's a beautiful story about Hokusai's wave. That Japanese Hokusai was a guy who made that wave. Very famous wave painting. Actually, it was a woodblock print way back in the day. I hate that son of a bitch. Way back, and he made these wood blocks. And then after many, many years, I don't know how old he was. He was an old man. He retired. But his grandson wasted all his money, and he had to go back into the trade. And he wasn't like an artist per se, like artists you would think of today that are like, oh, you know, in all the museums and blah, blah, blah. The guys who made these wood blocks, they were made for the general public. They were like, and then you had to be really quick. You had an idea, you did it, you published it, you got it out there because people would start copying you, that kind of thing. And one of the interesting things about the people at that time is that they would have a name, like Hokusai, that's my name, okay. But if you had assistants that worked with you, what would it be called? Not proteges. I don't know what the word would be. The people that this person was training, and like when the person got, like when the master retired, Hokusai gave his name to his student, and so when his grandson screwed him out of all his money, he had to go back. He couldn't even use his own name, so he had to use another name, something or other, known once as Hokusai or something like that, you know. So it was a big mess. And I think it was at that period that he actually did Hokusai's wave. So it was a good thing for art history that his grandson screwed him, but he probably didn't think of it that way at the time. So anyway. Oh my goodness. So anyway, I'm home now after being in Albuquerque. 74 degrees in the house. I mean, it was like, you know, it was like 88 the other day. So it's really beautiful inside right now, 74 degrees. And I do have to have on this, oh man, I almost bit my tongue. You don't care. To have the doors open. It's chilly when I'm in the wind. So it's really nice, and hopefully we'll get some more rain soon. And if there's anything else to talk about, there wasn't anything yet to talk about in the first place. I'm just making a video because I think I'm going to go to bed. I think I'm going to freaking go to bed. I am tired, and I don't, you know, I didn't really do anything. I just drove into town today. I don't know if I told you, but my daughter gave me $20 for Father's Day to go to Albuquerque. So I went to Albuquerque today, and that was a good thing. It was good to see some of the guys there today, and it was nice. And there was a young guy there, really sweet kid. I had met him probably over a year ago, and he was going up to Maine to learn how to do horticulture at this farm, and now he's back. So next time I see him, I'm going to talk to him about horticulture, and I talked to him briefly as I was on my way out, and he had a really good time up there, and so it's real nice. There's a lot of really nice people at that coffee shop I go to. And also, just not to get off the subject, but I was at this little cafe today. We were Crepe Michel, and I started getting a thing on the inside of my mouth, and it was like about a dime-sized little blister, but it was flat. And I was going, "What is that?" Somebody knows anything about that? Let me know, because it seemed like it got a little bigger. Now it's gone all the way down again. But man, what was that? And the only thing I could think of is I was eating some butter, but I don't think that would have been it. Oh God. I know you all just love to watch these videos where I just walk around and mutter to myself, you know, but it's okay. So,